Hey guys, it's me Marty and welcome back to Glam with Marty. Today I'm not going to do my usual intro and everything because this is not going to be a regular Glam with Marty video. I've actually never really I did one story time in my life and it was about New Orleans. But this is kind of a story time slash rant slash exposing video. Okay, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. You guys know, well, most of y'all know, I have now had migraines for 20 years. I got diagnosed at 14 years old in the 8th grade, going to the 9th grade. And I've had migraines for 20 years. So not just like headaches. Like, you know how some people say, oh, I'm having a migraine, but it's just a headache. Like, I've had debilitating migraines. I've had to be carried out of my job. I've had to be carried out of school. I've had to, I passed out at school once. I've lost 2 jobs because of these migraines. So I've had them for a long time and they're bad and they suck. So after 20 years of having migraines, obviously I've seen a lot of doctors, mostly neurologists, but I had a telemed visit with a doctor on Monday that I have got to tell y'all about. So they can't really figure out what's causing my migraines. They couldn't figure them out from the age of 14. And then when I was 29, maybe I was 30, I don't remember. I got in a really bad car accident, which stopped me from having them, like, I'd say I had them every, like, what would I say, probably, like, twice a month. I used to have really, really bad ones and have to miss work and everything. But after I had some traumatic things happen at work, and during all those things, I had 5 car accidents. I had one in December 2016, one in January 2017, one in March 2017, and then this year I had a really bad one with my mom. Well, it was last year, it was January 2020, and then we got in another accident leaving physical therapy for the last accident. So it's been a lot. So my migraines are completely out of control now. I'm having one right now. I had one all day today. I have them pretty much daily, and I can kind of function and shoot videos and work and do stuff like that. Edit, shop, you know, do groceries, cook, eat, with my medication. That's the only time I can really function. I've been down the road with all these medications. Anyway, that's not what this is about. This is not a migraine tell-all. But I had a telemed visit with a plastic surgeon the other day. Now, I'm not getting any work done. I'd never wanted to do that. He works for the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center, and his name is Bardia Amerla. I'm gonna put his picture down here because he does have a YouTube channel. So he kind of came up with this thing called nerve decompression surgery. We found him on YouTube, actually. My mom did. My poor mother, like, she always is looking for things to get rid of my migraines because she's kind of dealt with them just as much as I have. So anyway, she found this doctor and she's like, call him, we can take a trip to Dallas. If we need to drive, we'll go, we'll drive, whatever. But until I had, like, my consultation with him, we didn't want to plan that big trip if it wasn't gonna work, and thank God we didn't, because girl, did it not work. So he pioneered this kind of I guess he pioneered it. He says he pioneered it. I don't know. It seems like everybody knows about it, so I don't know if it's really whatever. Where it's a nerve decompression surgery where he goes in. My migraines are always right here. Remember that because it's gonna come into play later. My migraines are always right here. So what they do is they go in with a shot and they just kind of kill that nerve. They call it burning the nerve. I'm actually gonna have that procedure next Tuesday on the June 22nd. I don't know when this is gonna go up. I have had Botox, I've had Emgality, I've had Aimovig, all of the triptans, Narasuma and Elatriptan. If anyone has migraines, y'all know what I'm talking about. Nurtec was the one I just got. Relpac, Migranol, Maxol, Imitrex. That's just the ones I can name off the top of my head, and that's not the stuff I take every day to prevent it. That's like as needed migraine medicine. Sprix, I had that. Toradol, I had that. Fioricet, I had that. All that stuff. So we tried all of those things and none of them really work. The only things that really get rid of my migraines is pain medicine. Like, I can do a strong Tylenol. Like, after the accident, they gave me Norco. That helps. Tramadol is what I take regularly to control them. Like, and those are hard medications. I know they are, but I literally cannot function without them. So all of that being said, I finally reached out to this plastic surgeon. I scheduled my appointment, filled out all my paperwork, sent it all in, and this telemed visit was just a train wreck from beginning to end. So what happened, I had an appointment. It was scheduled for 3:45. They wanted me to get on at 3:05, so it gave me 30 minutes to fill out my pre-exam paperwork. So I did all that, got on early. I got on at 3, did all that. I signed on for the meeting. It was kind of like Zoom. It's called like Blue Jeans or something, but it's like a Zoom. So they set up a meeting. I go in there at, I think it was 3:40 when I got up there. When I got in, nobody was in the meeting. I waited about 15 minutes. I texted my family and I was like, hey, because I had something to do that day. My appointment is running really late. Everybody was excited for me to do, so they were like, just do what you got to do, because this was going to be the next step to get rid of these migraines. So I wait there for 15 minutes. Nobody comes on the thing. It keeps showing me I'm the only person in the meeting. I don't have a problem with that. Technology is technology, okay? But I'm just telling y'all the whole story of what happened and why I was so upset after. About 15 minutes passed. I logged out. I logged back in. And then I was sitting there waiting still for a little while. And then the nurse comes on. The nurse was super nice. She did tell me, she was like, oh, I signed on and you weren't in here. I had signed back out to sign back in. I had been sitting there 15 minutes though. So y'all got there at least, I'd say 20 minutes late before I signed back in. Fine, whatever. She goes over with me all the medicines I'm taking. Why am I coming to the doctor? All this stuff. She gets all the information ready for the doctor. Okay, first of all, I hate when they ask me to fill out paperwork before and then they don't read it. All I did was sit there and reread all the medications that I already told them I take. Then, as if I didn't fill it out once in the first time visit package, I then filled it out again in the pre-appointment package that you had to do online. That was fine. We're talking, we're going over everything, and then the doctor pops up. So the girl's in the middle of a sentence. She's like, okay, so you take that medicine every day? Or he goes, are you finished yet? And I was like, oh snap, this is not gonna be good. I've never had a doctor that this arrogant and mean, you guys. I haven't, and I've seen multiple docs. Y'all can imagine 20 years of migraines and we can't figure out where it's coming from. So she goes, yeah, I was just about to come and get you. I'm just going over a medication list. He closes her window. So the girl was in the middle of a sentence and he just cuts her off. Never asked me my name, never introduced himself. I literally never heard him pronounce his own name. Like most of the time when you see a doctor for the first time, they'll be like, hey, so-and-so, my name is whatever. It's nice to meet you. What's going on here? What's happening? How's it going? What's going on? Immediately he goes, where are you from? And I say, Louisiana. Immediately I could see his face like switch. Like, I don't know if he had a bad experience with somebody in Louisiana. I don't know if it was the color of my skin that gave him a problem, because if you look at his YouTube, all of the patient testimonials, I believe from what I saw, are all Caucasian. It's all white people, which I don't have a problem with. I totally understand that. We don't get as much medical attention as we should as a race. We go into the hospital less. We get taken care of less. We get less medication. So it's unbalanced. So look, hey, if that's all he treats, that's all he usually treats. But I have a brain just like everybody else, and it was just, so I don't know if that was the reason. He didn't give me a reason, but literally as soon as I said Louisiana, it was gone. So he says, where's your migraine pain at? So I show him, right here. Immediately he goes, wait, you're moving your hand. You said right here or right here. Which one is it? So I said right here above my eyebrow where my arch is. That's where it always hurts. Literally right here, guys, every time. So he keeps saying, I'm not understanding. Where is it? You keep moving your hand. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's right here. Like, first of all, how much space is that? We're not talking about a street corner. Like, it's here above my eyebrow. So he starts explaining to me. He's like, you know what? I don't know how to make this easier for you to understand. He says something like, okay, look at your face. You see your face in the monitor? As if I've never done a freaking Zoom call before. He's like, okay, so look at your face. So show me where it is. So I said, sir, I've told you twice already. It is right here. So he goes, do you have a headache right now? I said, yes, sir, I do. Because I have a headache all the time. So he goes, well, just tell me where your pain is right now. I said, it's right here. Again, I can't even tell y'all how long this first part about where the pain is took 10 minutes. It was so ridiculous. So I said, it's right here. He goes, well, you know what? You don't have a nerve right there, so I don't know what you're talking about. You must have pain somewhere else. The pain can't be coming from there. I'm the one with the headache. Like, why would I make it up? Why would I lie about where my headache is? What is that going to do for me? So he goes, is it just the whole brow or is it just hurting all over? Where does it start? Y'all, I showed him again, right here. So he says, well, you need to be more involved with your migraine treatment because you don't even know where the nerves are. Am I a freaking neurologist? Like, do you know what the state standardized test scores mean? I'm a teacher. I know what that means. You're a doctor. You're supposed to know that. I'm not. I am a freaking teacher. Like, why would you? Anyway, so he keeps, we argue back and forth about this eyebrow thing for like 10 minutes. Then he says, how deep is your pain? What the does that mean? How deep is my pain? What do you mean? It's on my eyebrow. Is it on the eyebrow or is it in your skull? How am I supposed to know? It's on the eyebrow and it hurts. So I literally tell him what I tell everyone else. I said, sir, what happens is it feels like someone is taking a chisel and hitting it with a hammer. Like that. That's what it feels like. Like something's constantly do, 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 do. So he says, put your hand on your eyebrow. Y'all, when he brought up this eyebrow again, I swear to God. So I said, okay. Put my hand on my eyebrow. Does it hurt when you apply pressure to it? No, it doesn't. Well, let's just say you had a random nerve there that nobody else in the world had. If you put your finger on it, it's going to apply pressure to it and then it's going to hurt. I said, well, it's not hurting. Okay, so I don't know what they told you, but I'm not saying you're wrong that you don't have migraines, but it's not caused by nerves. Now, keep in mind, I never said it was caused by nerves. I was talking to him to try to figure out if the decompression surgery was right for me or not. I tell him, he says, he looks at my paperwork. He asked me who my neurologist is. I gave him my neurologist's name, and he was like, okay. So he goes, what you need to do is tell them to put, I don't know what he was talking about, some cc's of some kind of lidocaine into a needle and inject it in there, and then if it works in 2 or 3 hours, then we can do the decompression surgery. I know what he's talking about because I did a diagnostic procedure at my other doctor's. At the surgery lab, they do the shots in the neck, and then if it hits, because there's a nerve in the back of your skull that the nerves come all the way up here. So if it's hurting here, it started back there. So they start to give me these shots. I told him about that. He goes, well, where are you going to get that done? Where the f*** do you think I'm going to get it done? By the trash can? By the dumpster? No, you know what? I'm going on the corner. Get somebody to shoot shots into my neck. What the hell are you talking about? So he goes, like, some people try Botox. Some people do this, some people do that. And the only time I really got to talk was when he stopped to take a breath. And then I had to hurry up and spit it out. So I was like, okay, yeah, I did try Botox already. So he's like, well, this is a simple procedure. Any neurologist should be able to do it if they know anything. Here's the thing. You're not even a freaking neurologist. You're a plastic surgeon. So how dare you tell me what my neurologist should know? Let me tell you all this. I understand I'm in a small town in Louisiana, and not super small. We're good. We good enough. I'm actually from the same town as Addison Ray, by the way. I just found this out. So he's like, any neurologist should know that. It's not a hard thing to do. And he's like, I wrote papers and papers on this nerve and how to fix the nerve and da-da-da. And I'm still sitting there like, who cares? I didn't ask you about your resume. And it's like, I felt like he was kind of like trying to disprove my argument. Like I was saying he did something wrong. I never said there was anything wrong. I never said anything at all because he didn't really give me a chance. So at this point, he's told me I was wrong about my pain. Like, I don't know where the pain is coming from in my own freaking head. He cuts me off every 5 minutes. He belittled me by telling me I'm not taking an active role in my migraines. Like, keep in mind, I met this man 10 minutes ago on the phone, on the computer. Jesus, you guys, it was so annoying. So he starts going, well, you know, your neurologist should know how to do, because if they start putting needles all over, they can mess up your nerve and then you won't get to fix it, and it's going to be even worse than it was before if they burn the nerve. I know about burning the nerve because that's my specialty. I created that procedure. I wrote the papers on it, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, again, did I say anything about you? I didn't say anything about you. I didn't get a chance to. Oh, y'all, it was just crazy. So it goes on like that for a little while longer. He keeps telling me all the reasons that he knows what he's talking about and I don't, which again, you are a doctor. I am a patient. If I knew all that, don't you think I'd just do it myself? Like, that's I don't know what the point was. It was so stupid. And so anyway, that goes on for a little while. And then he tells me, I was telling him about the shots that they gave me in the back of my head. So I'm doing like this. I'm like, yeah, they injected me with these shots right here in my spinal column and like at the top, like at the base of my skull. And as I'm telling him this, he's sitting there doing this. No. There's no way. What? Like, I was so confused as to what was going on, y'all. Like, why are you so mad at me? Why are you so upset? And I'm making this video because, one, I don't want anybody else to go through this with this doctor. And two, I need y'all to let me know if I'm tripping. Am I losing my mind? Am I overreacting? Because, again, I have seen so many doctors at this point, and I've never been treated like that. I cried when he hung up on me because he keeps talking, and he's like, tell your doctors to do this, and if they can't do it, they need to call me. I can explain it to them. It's really not that hard to do. I said, okay, bud. And he was like, okay, have a good day, bye. Click. I mean, UT Southwestern, y'all gotta check y'all doctors, because that was ridiculous. I've never, ever left an appointment crying in my life, and I cried that day. I have seen, so at least 10 that I can remember. That's not even counting all the ER doctors from every time I had to go to break a migraine there. So, I mean, Am I crazy? And the thing is, if you have chronic pains like I do, if you have migraines, if you have like, my aunt has fibromyalgia, my mom has AFib, but none of these people have had their conditions as long as I've had mine. Like, mine has been 20 years now. And y'all have to understand, this was like a last ditch attempt. So for me to go to you for help and you treat me like that, didn't ask me anything about any of my medicines, didn't ask me about the frequency of my migraines, didn't ask me about my diet, my health, are there any other conditions, family history? None of that. None of it. He just went off on me and I was so mad. So if you saw on my my Twitter or my Facebook, because I went to Facebook with it. I didn't get to post on Instagram. I went to Facebook because that's where, I'm just going to be real, that's where a lot of older people are, a lot of parents, grandparents, people my age. They're mostly on Facebook. So I know a lot of people that have health issues are usually older. Like when I go to the headache and pain place I go to do my procedures, they always, I'm always the youngest person in the waiting room. Let me just put it that way. I'm always the youngest person in the waiting room. If you've been dealing with pain, and I had a migraine at the time, right? So if I've been dealing with pain, I'm having a migraine, I'm coming to you, a doctor, and you treat me like crap. It was so hurtful, y'all. And I just, like I said, I wanted to let everybody know, because he does have a YouTube channel and he does have testimonials, and I will link his channel below too. So please, if you want to check him out, please do, because I need y'all to tell me if I'm tripping, and I need to know what the reason was. I don't know if he was having a bad day. I don't know if I was his last customer, or not customer, last patient, but I'm a paying patient that has been through a lot. So for you to treat me like that, and like literally within the first 3 minutes, I was like, I need to hang up. But I'd already paid for the appointment, so I was like, let me just keep going. Maybe he's just having a rough time. When he hears my story, he'll loosen up a little bit and he'll start to make sense. Nope, not a snowball's chance in hell. He just kept going on, and just, I don't know what your neurologist is telling you. I don't know what's going on, So anyway, after that, of course, since my mom found him, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, don't freak out, but the doctor is like, he broke my heart. He made me cry today. She starts going off. My mom's a doctor as well. And so she's not a medical doctor, but she's a doctor. So she was able to get in touch with the president of the university. Peggy don't play, baby. She does not play. So she goes to the president of the university. He talks to the girl about what happened. At the same time she's doing that, I'm sending a complaint email. There's nowhere on their like Zoom thing. Their My Chart is called My Chart. There's nowhere on the My Chart for you to leave how was your experience? I've never seen a doctor that did a telemed that didn't have that. I've never gotten an email about it. This happened over 24 hours ago. I send the email, she calls them. I call the office back, no one picks up. But it was close to their closing time. I understand that. That's not a surprise. Usually after 3:30, I don't even bother calling doctors because they're usually done for the day. So yeah, I tweeted it, I emailed them. Now UT did get back to me. Let me read you guys what they said. I'm gonna put it up on the screen for you guys too. Hold on, I tweeted, I'll let y'all know what I tweeted, and then you guys can again tell me if I'm losing my mind. Okay, so I said yesterday, I did tag UTSW News, which is the only Twitter account I could find that's active from their university, and all I did was copy and paste what I put on Facebook. So I wrote, I have to tell y'all about this. I just had a telemed appointment with the absolute worst doctor I've ever met. This man was rude, condescending. He didn't even let me speak. Told me I was wrong about where my pain was coming from, and told me that I did not know what I was talking about. I've never in my life, in 20 years of having migraines, been upset or been treated this way by a doctor. I've never left an appointment crying, but today I did. I tagged them. Y'all need to check y'all doctors, and yes, I'm putting y'all on blast. Dr. Amerlak, because I was trying to get him to decompress my nerve, but all he did was work on my last one. Screw y'all. Y'all won't see me again. I'd rather deal with these headaches for the rest of my entire life than deal with this. Full story time on YouTube coming soon. All of the medical tea. So that's what we're doing right now. So this morning I got online and they said, hello, we've passed this along to the patient assistant office on your behalf. If you'd like to reach out to them as well, you can email them at, and then they give an email address. As if I give a, I already talked to them. So I said, I've already contacted the president of the university, but thanks. Thankfully, my mom's a doctor and had connection. You'll be hearing from me very soon. Thanks for the reply. Am I overreacting? Am I crazy? Can anybody else relate? Can anybody tell me anything? And I would say, like, if it was a case where they're like, hey, I don't know, you need to stop smoking to fix this, and I didn't stop smoking, I would understand that. He didn't even let me get to that point. Or if he was like, oh, the alcohols probably make you dehydrated because you drink all the time. Which I don't drink or smoke, but I mean, I do drink, but not all the time. I drink occasionally, like a graduation party. Sip, sip. I really can't because I'm always on migraine medicine. So anyway, if that was the case, I would understand him getting annoyed. Like, you know that doctor on My 600 Pound Life when they come in and they haven't changed their diet, and he's like, well, what are you doing? If that was the case, that would be fine. But he didn't even get enough of my story to tell me I was messing up. So yeah, y'all tell me if I'm crazy or not. I'm not gonna do my regular outro or anything. Check the link in the description for his YouTube channel, as well as some other migraine resources for others of us that have migraines. Yeah, y'all tell me if I'm crazy, and I'll update y'all with whatever's next with these headaches. I have one right now, so I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. So let me know if I'm wrong. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.